In the book of Job, it says, God garnished the heavens. The biblical Hebrew shows the word garnish reveals infinitely more than simply decoration. Hello. Welcome to The Explanation with Sam Kneller. This episode, God did garnish the heavens. What is the amazing meaning? Comes from the course, Unlock Bible Meaning, with 7 keys to master biblical Hebrew, from theexplanation.com. God did garnish the heavens. What is the amazing meaning? In the Bible book, Job, we see God garnish the heavens. The biblical Hebrew reveals it's infinitely more than decoration. Regarding what happened before the 7-day creation in Genesis 1, there's practically no indication of prior activity. However, the book of Job is very eloquent in this matter. We'll discuss the English translation of a passage where it is not easy to perceive the sense of particular sayings. That's why we must investigate the biblical Hebrew roots of words. Here are 2 different translations. Job 26, verse 13. By His Spirit, by God's Spirit, He has garnished, that's Strong's H8235, the heavens. By His Spirit, He has garnished the heavens. His hand has formed the crooked serpent, King James Version. By His breath, the skies became fair. His hand pierced the gliding serpent, New International Version. In what way were the heavens garnished? What is the meaning of become fair? This verse is full of surprises with formed the crooked serpent. Nothing to do with the serpent that tempted Adam and Eve in Genesis 3. The English is impossible to understand. I'll point you in the right direction at the end of this episode. It's based on the 6th key to master biblical Hebrew, mastering the root meanings. Garnish. Let's give the words garnish and became fair the star treatment. When we digest this verse as a whole, we realize it is referring to the use of God's power to create and regulate the physical cosmos, the formation of the universe. Job's story is the only place in the Old Testament that uses this verb form, garnish, H8235, from the 3-letter root H8531. There are quite a few one-time only usages in the book of Job. I think this reveals the extent of the uniqueness of the dialogue through these expressions. Examine the singular vocabulary at unlockbiblemeaning.com. Find Job 26, verse 13, and switch to Strong's Concordance. Exercise. Locate H8235 and its Hebrew root. Click on Previous Next 5 links and see additional meanings of this word. Draw a conclusion of a deeper understanding of garnish. A deeper meaning for garnish. H8235. Shifra. From 8231. Brightness. King James Version translation, Garnish. H8231, shafar, a primitive root. To glisten, i.e. figuratively, be fair. KJV translation, goodly. H8237, shafrour, from H8231, splendid, i.e. a tapestry or canopy. KJV translation, royal pavilion. H8238, shefarfar, Aramaic, from H8231, the dawn, as brilliant and aurora. KJV translation, very early in the morning. A glistening royal pavilion, a canopy. Isn't that a wonderful description of a night sky? The bright stars illuminating the sky dome. To pursue your study, click on Hebrew Concordance for H, followed by the Strong's numbers, and see the contexts where these words appear. For instance, H3238 only occurs in one place. You figure it out. Notice that H8235, garnish, derives from the primitive root H8231, which is the most basic structure of a word. Now, for another fundamental principle in the understanding of the relationship of biblical Hebrew words. Every biblical Hebrew word based on the same root, in this case, H8231, is related to all the other words, in this case, H8235, H8237, and H8238, all based on the same root. A derivative of H8231 is H8237, translated in the King James Version as royal pavilion. In the book of the prophet Jeremiah, we see the literal pavilion in all its glory. Jeremiah 43, verse 10. And say to them, Thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, Behold, I will send and take Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant, and will set his throne upon these stones that I have hid, and he shall spread his royal pavilion, there it is, H8237, over them. Here's the understanding of Job's words when he uttered in biblical Hebrew, By his Spirit he has garnished the heavens. To garnish the heavens refers to creating a splendid, bejeweled tapestry for a royal pavilion that glistens and is goodly, fair, and bright. Notice that all these words came from the KJV translators and Strong's references. There is no interpreting or speculation. Could we have a more marvelous depiction of what spreads aloft over our heads? An interwoven array of jewels on a vast twinkling rotunda, our bespeckled sky, and the outreaching universe. One biblical Hebrew word, garnish, leads us to the Hebrew root, key 6, and then onto other derivative words. Combined, they unlock deeper Bible meaning. Now we can stop to admire the heavens God has shaped and garnished with myriads and myriads of dazzling, scintillating celestial bodies. To understand the revealing meaning of crooked serpent, I invite you to read this article. Next, a few words about strong and biblical Hebrew word roots, and we'll move on to the final all-important key. Very nice. Continue to follow this eye-opening text and video course. All the Bible study tools for this course are freely available online at theexplanation.com. Let's unlock Bible meaning with the 7 keys to master biblical Hebrew and reveal the explanation.